Hello. How is everyone? Oh, okay. For some reason, my mouth is broken and is not being fixed. Oh, I know why. How about now? There we go. That is working. So, how is everyone? It is a rather gloomy, overcast Saturday here. But it is, I've been fairly productive. I've got a lot done this morning, done a lot of chores around the house, been out, done some shopping, done some cleaning, and then some more cleaning, and then some more cleaning, because this is my week off and I want to get lots of stuff done around the house. I want to get things done. Things will get done this week. Now, one of those things is doing nothing, but doing nothing will also get done, as well as doing stuff. But we will see. I mean, as I've got a lot of cleaning done today, and that's front-loaded a lot of stuff, so I may be able to shift some stuff up and get through even more and have even more time to relax later on. But that is for later this week. For now, we are going to be doing some work. We are going to be doing some coding. We have nearly got Coppice ready. We've got one more major feature to do. And then we will be done. I've also been making some improvements to myself. So we're going to have a look at those and have a play around with those later. And you're going to watch a programmer animate. That's a scary thought, isn't it? But yeah. Hey, Bread Monster. What are you going to do when people raid you? What are you going to do? Doing a hee hee and a party dance like Michael Jackson. That's I can see that working with your Bread character. I can see that working. So, you may also notice things are a little higher detail now. Things are a bit crisper, not as blurry. And there is a very good reason for that. The overlay is now in 1080p, same as the stream. Unfortunately, I couldn't actually have it this big before because it was on my vertical monitor, so therefore it had to be scaled down, and the reason it was on there is because I could not have anything over it because I had to use display capture. Whereas now, I can stick Windows over. I can even move my cursor over it and nothing appears. Because I am now on OBS 28, and OBS 28 has lots of cool new stuff for Mac users. So one of them is a new display capture and window capture setup, which is both faster and better. So crisper, because I can just throw this on another display, have it 1080p, and we're all good. So I think what we should do is head over and do some work. So if we head over here, oof, that sounded a bit loud. Yeah, that is loud. Let's play around with some mixing. Oh. And I have noticed something else. Let's do the mixing 1 second. Bring that down. Still kind of loud. No, let's try that. That sounds okay. Okay, next thing is to fix the bugs. Not these particular bugs, but, well, this. Because every time I change the overlay, I always forget I need to reapply a chrome key filter. So let us just do that. I need to go to the overlay. Let's see. No filters on there. Let's remove that because we do not need that. We do need this. So filter. Defect filter chroma key. There we go. And if we zoom in, I want to bring that down a bit. But we should be good. So let's get settled in and let's get some of this made bigger. I'm in a very yawny mood this afternoon. I think it's because I've timed myself out with all the stuff that I have been doing this morning. So let's build and run and see where we are with Coppice. And of course, with such text code 14, which means things are not working. Key bindings. Conflict. We have many conflicts with the key bindings in Xcode. No. Right. Build and run. Okay. So if we create our debug document. We had our highlighting working. One thing I did want to check, and we need to change this in our debug document, is I need to add some image pages with image linking. So we have a canvas here that is just hologram canvas. So our first step today is going to be update debug document to include images. Then we want to what do we want to do after that? Oh. Curious. Why does the overlay pause after a while? I wonder if that's because there was a window in front of it, but it shouldn't be pausing. May need to figure that out in a later time. Right. Wait, debug document to include images. Check image linking. And then we want to do the easy one is going to be deleting links. So link selection and deletion. And then we want to do the last major feature, which is going to be drag linking. which is where you're going to be able to select some text or a hotspot and drag it to a page. And what that will do is that will not only create an arrow to that page, update the link of that hotspot to that text, it will actually create the arrow on the page. Because at the moment, the only way to link from one page to another is to create the link and then close the page and reopen it again. So we're going to fix that. And that should hopefully make things a lot easier for when you are throwing stuff up and you're wanting to make those connections. I'm sure at some point I will stop yawning. But it is not right now. I don't know why I have suddenly gone so tired. Maybe it's because I've closed some windows in here for the sound. Right. So let us get updating debug document to include images. Let's get that in. Right, so we've moved that down. We've got our canvas, and we're going to rename the canvas. Right, so we... 1 second. Thought I heard something. Right. That folder equals MC. Create folder in mc.root folder. And then I'm going to do mc.root folder. Okay. So next up, we want to actually test that. How do we want to test this? I want to close this. And we want to create debug document. Okay. Next up, we have creating. Just collapse that. And what we want to do is private func create image link canvas using MC Coppice model controller. And what we want is text page to image page link. Rectangle image link. And polygon image link. Okay, so we create page. Create page of so this one's going to be that text in folder. We don't need, so I can do that. $0 dot title equals text to image link. How do we want to do this? Right, so we may be able to reuse the add link thing for the text page. but not for the image pages. We'll have to create our own. But, I mean, we're not going to have as many pages, so let's create all our pages first. Oh. Oh dear. Seems that things are still broken, so... Ah! Raid alert! Raid alert! Raid alert! Everyone stay... Don't panic! Don't panic! We're good, we're good. Ah, the raiders, they're attacking us, Ah, stay calm, stay calm, stay calm. I said stay calm. I need to make that quieter. That is a bit... Why on earth is the overlay suddenly so loud? I have no idea what has gone on there. The overlay is just suddenly so loud. Anyway, let's end that. Welcome to the stream. How are you, Kieran? How was the rest of your stream? Hopefully it went round. It's not loud at all on the stream. Curious. I'll have to listen back and try and work out. For some reason, it is super loud in my ears. I wonder if that is something... I've upgraded OBS, so... I mean, it could be that. It could also be the fact that I'm having to do this through SWB Audio Preview because the audio messed up again. The sooner macOS Ventura comes out, the sooner I can use the built-in stuff. Anyway. Hope you are all doing well, and welcome to the stream, Kevin RPB. Hope you are doing well. So yeah, we are doing quite a lot of well, prep work for the final feature of Coppice. I want to get some stuff in so that we can do some testing. So we'll head over that. Though, those of you who have come in, you may notice, do I look a bit crisper? Do I look a bit less blurry? Fear not. You have not suddenly gained glasses that you did not know that you had. I'm just in 1080p now. Ooh! I fixed the stream stuff. It looks so much better. Even in, like, just looking at the smaller screen in OBS, stuff just looks crisper. And I can stick my stick stuff over the overlay, and it works. Though there does seem to be a weird thing where sometimes the overlay just stops running when that happens. So we'll look into that at some point. But yeah. So let us get back into doing some work. So what I'm currently doing is just, well, yawning for one. And let's see, polygon image link, and that should be image link. I'm creating some more test pages for my debug stuff so that we can actually brain. So we can actually have my brain just die mid-sentence, so that we can actually do some testing of image links and stuff like that, which will be very useful for this stuff that is coming up. So let's create our grid of, let's make this one 400 and let canvas equals mc.create canvas $0 dot title equals image links and $0 dot always show page titles equals true. I'm going to do canvas, let text page, let text cp equals mc.add pages, text page to canvas centered on DG point, right, let's keep that there. I'll do -1 times grid, -1 times grid. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to do rectangle CP, oval CP, and polygon CP. So we will add these in. Then this is going to be just grid. Then we want it is going to be that, and then I'm going to do grid. Right, and then we want to first on the text page, we can do self.add links from text page to. Do we want the? Yeah, we'll have the link actually be in. To rectangle image page on canvas. Okay, so if we build and run. Why is that? Oh, because I need to do text CP and rectangle CP. I'm so sleepy this afternoon. Possibly because I woke up at like, what, 6 a.m. and then tried to snooze, so. Right. Won't you add links from source page to destination page? You are? Oh no, I didn't wake up too late, Kieran. I woke up very early. I did not need to wake up until about 8 a.m. if that. My body just decided to wake me up at 6. I finally got out of bed at 7 after trying to get back to sleep. And yeah, since then I've just been getting stuff done. So that message was backwards. Don't think it was. Possibly. Wouldn't surprise me if something's wrong. I mean, this is bed stuff. Oh, have I... on beta 4, did I... Nope, I haven't downloaded beta 6. Okay. Anyway, why is this failing? Cannot convert value of type canvas page to expected argument type. Oh, I know why. These return an array. Which means, if I do that, now it will build. I is smart. I know how to use the code I write. Ooh. Oh yeah, that shouldn't be there because you created it. Now... So do you know what we've done there? We've fallen for one of history's great fallacies. You should never start a land war in Asia. And you should never forget to call the code that you just wrote. Where were we? New emergent canvas using MC. Okay, good. We're crashing. Come again? Oh. Wait, what? Why on earth do I have that? There's like literally no reason for that to exist. Deleted. Right. It should be canvas, add pages. In fact, let's... come on. No. Stop that. There. Canvas, and then we can get rid of that. It builds. And it runs. Okay. So we have all of these bits here. So now we just need to add our image and our image link. So for the image, let's see what we have inside of Coppice already. Assets. Now we could use the app icon, but extra Windows, welcome. Oh, it's Tor that I'm looking for. Okay, so those aren't images. Okay, let's just use the app icon. Where were we? $0.content as image, as image page content dot image equals ns image named app icon. And I shouldn't be doing that there because that is not an image page. That it quite literally says in several pages it is a text page. Right, let's get... Why are you complaining now? Cannot assign property image. Oh, yes, because I changed that in the previous version. Okay, so we can close that. We get 2 twerp songs in a row. There we go. Right, now we need to add some hot spots. So we can change this actually. Anyway, back to work. Okay, so I did notice if I stick that over there, and then leave it for a bit, it will cause the overlay to stop. You will notice at some point my robot will stop bouncing and my mouth will get stuck and I won't blink. There we go. Did you see it freeze a bit? That is not dropped frames on your end because this is... But If I move that out of the way. We seem to be good. Okay, I wonder if that is a bug in the new stuff on Apple's end. Now, let OBS know once I'm... No, that is... That actually seems to be something in the overlay. Give me 1 second. And I will have a look at the logs. It could be... Oh, yes. It could be because I forgot to take out a log that prints whenever my mouth moves. So it could just be a performance issue on the overlay, which is the best kind. Especially as the overlay is currently in a rather broken state. Yeah, it seems to be causing issues when it's in the background. Okay, we'll have a look at that later. Thankfully, I'm using version control, so I may be able to fix it and get a build out. Because at the moment, Pokebot is kind of in pieces when it comes to building the overlay. Alright, so image content equals... No, we want set image, this image named, app icon, replace, and then image content dot hotspots equals, I want to add an image hotspot. Of kind dot rectangle, and then CU point. I believe these are relative, so we want, let's do 0.25, 0.25. I'm going to go to 7.5, then 7.5, 7.5, and then 2.5, 7.5. And the link is going to be text page dot link to page dot URL. Okay, and then we can get rid of that. So let's see if this works. Well, that is what we call a bug. That's all the way up there. Okay. So the question is, how big is this? And why is that doing that? Create debug document. Your image content image. One to 8 by 1 to 8. So we can just do a quarter of 1 to 8, which is 32. And we will do it this way. There we go. So if we bring this down, for the oval, it's very simple because we just change this to oval. And for the polygon, it is about as simple as gang, so we can change that to polygon. But what we can do is we can do, let's do 20, 20. We can do 120. We can do 80. We can do 50, 110, and we'll add another one, which is going to be yeah, 30, 80. I have an idea why this is happening. It's because there are multiple representations and it's potentially picking the wrong one. But I don't see why it should be doing that. There we go. Image, rectangle, oval, this here. And they all currently link to the text page. Fantastic. So what I am going to do is I know it's fairly early, but I'm going to take a short break because I desperately need some more caffeine. Oh, that's a fair point. I needed to... Right, so we're not actually highlighting... If you hover over a link, we're highlighting there, but if you hover over there, we're not highlighting the hotspot. So what we are going to do is I'm going to get a fresh cup of tea. When we get back, we're going to get this hover stuff working. And then we're going to get it where you can actually click on these to select them and then hit backspace to delete them. So it will leave the link in and stuff here. It will just delete the actual connection on this page. And then we're going to have it where... I mean, the problem is, if you're in there, you want to be able to, want to command option, an option click, but if you option click and drag, you got that. Maybe option drag is what we want to do. No, command drag would probably make the most sense. So you'll be able to, like, say we wanted this rather than linking to here to link to here, you could command drag to there. And what that should do is delete that, change this link to point to this page, and add an arrow to that page. So that is the ultimate aim, and that is what we want to get done by the end of Monday. So yeah, we will come back to doing that once I have a fresh cup of tea, because I need it. Please give me the caffeine. Okay, I will see you all in a few minutes. Okay, I am back. Now, hopefully, I've just cracked open a window a bit, so hopefully that is not going to cause too much background noise, but let me know if it does and I'll close it up. Right. So we want to hover over here, and when we do, we want to have this link highlight. When we hover over here, we want to have this link highlight. So it has been a week. Next page, view, no, text page. Text editor view controller. So what's everyone's plans for the weekend then? Do you have anything interesting going on? Has anything interesting happened already? Or is it just a nice, slow, lazy, relaxing weekend? Let's see. Highlight links, matching page links, and they come through there. So we want highlight links matching. Highlight action. Image editor view controller. I think that's what we want. And then we go into there. And so it'd be the image editor view mode. Here we go. Being house husband as usual, but other than that, you're probably going to spend a good portion of the rest of the day doing affiliate stuff. Well, this morning I had the plumber around, which is why the stream may have been delayed, but thankfully they came around early enough to just test that all the shower stuff was all sealed and everything. So that all seems to be fine. So the only thing left is to get like fascia piece put around the bottom, which will happen probably in about a week or so. But that gives time to make sure there are no leaks, but everything seems to be good. Everything is fitted square now. It's all looking good. It all fits well. So that's all good. And that went remarkably smoothly. And because it went so smoothly, it probably won't be quite as expensive as initially quoted because it didn't take them, the plumber, quite as long. So yeah, we'll see what happens there, but that is hopefully fixed. And yeah, I actually have a long list of things to do. Like this weekend is mostly doing streaming stuff, but in the mornings I have a lot of stuff to do, and then I need to really just go around the house and get jobs done. I mean, what it's all those small jobs that you never have time for between doing just your general chores like cleaning the house and working and then just relaxing. And it's little things like I bought some door stops to stop the doors in certain rooms bashing against the wall. Now, I bought these probably about a month after I moved in, so that would be August last year. sometime around then, August, September last year. So it's been about 12 months, if not more, since I bought these like doorstops, and I never fit them. And I just found them the other day, and it's like, oh, I need to get those fitted. So it's all these little jobs that I have not got done. I'm getting them done. So that is what my weekend, my week ahead is going to be. So yeah, hopefully all the affiliate stuff, getting that set up goes fairly well. It wasn't too hard for me. The most complex bit was signing all of the tax forms and stuff, because this is technically done for work, and I put stuff through that I buy for this through as expenses, because, well, this is me doing work to ideally start earning some decent money from it at some point. But that means that I had to do all the tax forms and stuff as a business, which is a lot more complex than if you're doing it as an individual. Which, for as little money as it generates, is sort of was... the cost to benefit was not really there, but I wanted to do it because I wanted to get those emotes. Right. Right, so we've got an image editor hotspot. Layout engine. Image editor hotspot. Layout engine. Right, so you get the hotspot. Highlighted hotspot. Now, the highlight there is different to what we want, because you can see it highlights it a bit lighter. Whereas that, it completely highlights it. So what we probably want to do is highlight it, but change the border. So what we probably want is change is highlighted to is hovered, and highlighted will be slightly different. Okay. Alright, build and run and find where we need to implement stuff. So we need to have var is hovered bool equals false. Oh yeah, because the actual drawing is done elsewhere. Okay. Rectangle, yeah, because we choose the shape there. Okay, so that is good. Right, so this needs to be is hovered. And then what we're going to do is else if is highlighted. I'm going to do the fill, but that is hotspot. Okay, so we can actually is hovered or hotspot is highlighted. So then we can get rid of this. And we can go here. If hotspot dot is highlighted, we're going to do one thing. Otherwise, we're just going to do the hotspot stroke. And what we're going to do here is color dot system blue dot set stroke. So what this should do when we build and run it is, first of all, it should build and run, but then it shouldn't do anything because we've renamed is highlighted to is hovered. But what we want to do now is actually highlight. So I'm actually going to change our debug document. And specifically what I'm changing is this. So what I'm going to do is 2020 40 20 40 40 40 20. So we're going to have two links to the text page, one link to oval. Yeah, we're going to shove this down here. Oval image page, and then a polygon image page. Okay, so this is going to be all the 20s are going to become 60s. Actually, no. The X, that should be 2040. All these are going to change to 60 and 80. Keep those the same. And that's going to be 60, 80. And then these ones, we want it to be 60, 60, 80, 80. 60, 60, 80, 80. Actually, no. And this wants to be 60, 60, 80, 80. I think I've done these slightly wrong. I think I need to swap these around. Stopped again. Why does it keep stopping? It shouldn't be. Like, the only thing, there's only three things that have changed. The display is bigger. It's 1080p, but it's never had issues with, like, that shouldn't really cause much of an issue. It's on a different display, but that shouldn't really cause an issue because it's the exact same type of display as it was on previously. It's just like landscape rather than portrait. And I'm now using Screen Capture Kit in OBS to capture it, which that has to be the difference. We will see. Like I say, I have to rule out that it's something on there. Maybe it's just a combination of performance things. I mean, let's shift that over there. And stream overlay. I'll keep an eye on stream overlay. What do we have here? Yeah, it's only using 50% CPU and 30% GPU, so it's not doing an awful lot. I'll keep an eye on it. Wouldn't be a stream without technical difficulties, would it? You know what, let's just fix this. That image equals ls image name. And what I'm going to do is go there. I'm going to check the representations and then I'm going to delete most of the representations. Create debug document. Okay, image. We have 1632, 128, 256, 512. But then we have that again because we have the Retina versions where the pixels are double that. So what we are going to do is for representation in image dot representations, if let's just force that to be unwrapped. If representation dot size is equal to CG size, width 128. What? The size is not equal to that. Then app icon dot remove representation. And then we can throw app icon into there, and then we should only have a single representation, which should fix this particular issue. So one thing that I am still waiting on are my new headphones, which still, apparently they've shipped, but they have not arrived, and they're coming via Every. Every being Hermes, trying to pretend that they're not Hermes. So we'll see how that goes, but apparently they shipped a few days ago, and they're waiting to get to Hermes. Now, it could just be that they are being maybe they're coming from another country and they have to get into the UK, at which point Every can deliver them. I've had that before with other stuff. So we'll see. I mean, it should be okay with them arriving. They are they're like the company that I'm buying from. It was what was it? Sound something. Soundcore. They're actually, I believe, owned. Like, if you've never heard of Soundcore before, you've probably heard of the company that I believe owns them, which is Anker, Anker, who make a lot of very decent, like battery packs and chargers and all stuff like that. They make some docks and USB hubs and all stuff like that, and they make some pretty good stuff there. So it's definitely coming from a reputable company. It's just, unfortunately, it's been delivered by a less than, well, let's just say, if reputable means has a reputation, then Hermes and Every are the most reputable delivery company in the UK. Right, let's see. If we can get these highlighting now. So we want in here. Do we do this on the layout engine? We could have a highlighted page link on the hotspot layout engine, and that would actually go through. Yeah, let's do it this way. Highlighted page link, which is going to be a page link. Because then all this needs to do is self dot layout engine dot highlighted page link equals page link, and self dot layout engine dot highlighted page link equals nil. So guard old value is not equal to self dot highlighted page link, else return. If well, then we'll do guard let self dot highlighted Let's page link equals self.highlighted page link else self.hotspots dot for each $0 dot is highlighted equals false. I also do hotspots for each is highlighted equals $0 dot for hotspot in self.hotspots. That URL equals hotspot.url else continue actually else hotspot dot is highlighted equals false. We also want to get our page link. Page link equals page link URL. So if that is all true, then hotspot that is highlighted is equal to page link dot source is equal to self dot highlighted page link dot source. Yeah, no, we don't want that to be a private set. Because we need to set it from outside. Okay. Still not highlighting them. Let's go here. Okay, so we go in. Page link equals self.highlighted. A hotspot, we get the URL, we get the page link. PO page link dot source is nil. Of course, because we don't want the source, we want the destination. We don't care if the sources are equal, we care that the destinations are equal. Okay, we're still hitting some issues. Okay. 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 Layout did change. That is what we need to do. Hmm. Well, it's definitely highlighting them, but it's not highlighting the border. Why not? Why is that incorrect? Because of that. There we go. If we do that, that's highlighted that, that's highlighting that. So we have all of our image links highlighting. Fantastic. We'll get rid of that, get rid of that. Okay, so now we can commit. It link highlighting working image pages. Okay, now we have link selection and deletion. We're going to want selected pages. We're going to want selected links. Well, that's a fair point. What should you be able to select multiple links? Should you be able to drag select links? What happens if you build and run? Let's have a think about this. A ponder, ruminate over what we want to have happen. Because you can click and drag, and for example, I can click and drag pages. But let's say I want to delete both of these. Should I be able to do that? I can do shift click there. Should I be able to click that and shift click that? What happens if I do this? Because this is where things get confusing. If I do this and I delete, all of those go away. If I do that and delete and just select that, then that and the arrows go away. But if I select that and the arrows, it's still just them and the arrows going away, even though the arrows are now selected. Now, the simplest thing is just to say, allow arrows and pages to be selected. Because, for example, if I do that, well, let's move this down just a bit. If I do that, I am selecting a page and 2 arrows. There, that will delete all the arrows, but this will delete just one. But if I, for example, it will delete them all regardless. But if I delete that, that is sort of the same as that, where I'm deleting the page and I'm deleting an arrow. So I think the simplest thing is just to have a general selection thing where like I can right click on that and then shift click on an arrow. That arrows simply become selectable now. Now you won't be able to drag around by an arrow. Now it could be interesting because at the moment, what if you could double click on an arrow and that selects both pages and then you can drag. Yeah, there's so much stuff we could do, and I'm going to make an executive decision because I am literally the only person working on this, not to do that, not to get too into the weeds of this, because that can be stuff that's done later and it's not going to push back any release. So we're going to just do selection as a normal selection, and yeah, so it's going to just normally select this stuff and then you'll be able to delete. Okay, what we are going to do though is we're going to do that tomorrow because my brain has just, it's been struggling all this time. We've got quite a lot done and we've figured out how we want this to work, so we'll do that tomorrow. So let's do some work on the overlay because I don't know what it is. I think it's because I don't need to think as hard about the overlay as I do with Coppice. Because with Coppice, first of all, it's something that I'm shipping, so I need to just think a bit more. But with the overlay, there's not as much coding. It's more just piecing a few things together rather than trying to solve complex coding things. So we'll do that tomorrow when I've hopefully managed to get a decent night's sleep and my brain has and body has let me like sleep in so that I can get stuff like be nice and refreshed. So we are going to switch over to working on the overlay. So bring up Unity, open up the overlay. Right, what I want to do is I want to go to the overlay here. Now we have all this stuff here, so I want to save textured and rigged Elky bot. So what we can do is go to here and we can check out this. And if we move it over here, we can take a look. Let that reload. Right, so I want to open the C# project. And we want the mouth manager. And I want to delete that. And let me just do that and bring up console again. Okay. Right, so most of the other logging is fine. So if we do build settings, build, I'm going to quit the overlay. And then we're going to see whether this fixes our issues. I haven't actually done this with... Let's see what happens when I quit with the overlay. Okay, so OBS just freezes it on whatever the last frame was. Okay, we can do that. We can replace. And then hopefully it will pick it up. Okay, and then we'll launch. Wants to use my microphone. And... oh, it's still... printing that out. I did save that, didn't I? I did not. Okay, so then we go back to here. Let's quit that. And then build and replace. At least now when the overlay is quit, it still actually does the... like, still shows the desktop at this point. Well, at least if I'm in this current view when I do it. So if we launch the overlay again. Okay, so we do not care about that. So if I go here, what happens if I do that and then that? No. Okay, so this is... I've got too many stream overlay titled windows at the moment. Stream overlay, stream overlay. Okay. So we'll see how this goes. Hopefully it will work. Now while we're here, let's see if we can figure out why on earth... before we get back into some Pilkabot stuff, let's see if we can figure out why Twitch is no longer working. Because I have a suspicion. Right, what I want to look through. Channel points. Channel points are using PubSub. follow is using pub sub. Right, are these defined? I actually define. Oh, it's frozen again. Right, I'm going to try something different and see if it fixes the freezing. Let's try application capture. Oop. On there. Okay. Now I need to scale this. Actually, let's just shift this over here a sec. No, it freezes. No, it lowers the frame rate when it's hidden. But it's okay when it's shown enough. But we may be okay when the screen is not fully hidden. Okay. Right, so what I was going to do was take... No, wrong thing. Take that. Let's just scale it down. Problem is, this moves around, but I can stick that in the top corner there. And letters. What am I looking for? Transform. Drop. No, it is still causing issues. I don't. Wonder if it is. It might actually be an issue with I bring OBS back over here. Might be an issue with the actual something in the overlay. So let's have a look. Open the new tab. Unity game freezing in background macOS. Game stopping. I'm going to try something. I'm going to turn off this. In fact, I'm going to do more than turn it off. I'm going to delete the overlay thing. And we're just going to have this for now. And I want to see what happens with the overlay when it is not being captured. In fact, I'm even going to restart the overlay. It's no twig. It is going buggily. I'm trying to work out why the overlay keeps pausing. macOS app doesn't redraw when in background. AppKit. Let's try that. AppKit. I'm sure there's something about this. In fact, let's have a look in Unity settings and see if there's anything in there. Yeah, there are some real performance things going on there. Alright, let's leave those going. Why on earth are we getting some performance issues there? I see the frame rate dropping in the background. Like when I switch away, I'm looking at it on my monitor and it is smooth, and then I switch away. It looks like it has been... Is there a way to give it priority even when in the background? Let's have a look here. Project settings, actually. Oh, right. Adaptive performance. It does. The overlay does seem to be working. Right, let's see. What's adaptive performance? Feedback about thermal post data mobile devices. Don't care about that. Don't care about that. Don't care about that. Player. Nope, now it's frozen. I wonder. Let me try something. Wonder if it was something like that. Visible in background, yeah. What does capture single screen do? Unity capture single screen. Let's see what this setting does. Defines the full screen game should darken secondary displays. Okay. Now let's have a look at other settings. Switching again that. Let's just use incremental GC. Let's see if that is potentially our cause. Incremental garbage collection. Default, you need to use an incremental mode. That means garbage collector splits its workload over multiple frames rather than stopping the main CPU. Let's apply it and see what happens. We'll do a fresh build. Because at the moment, this just keeps freezing. Let's reduce the size and see if it still keeps freezing. Because that is something else that I've changed. Where? Let me just... Okay, we'll do that. So we have that, Mac configuration. Don't care about any of that. Mac apps or build options. What's virtual texturing? Frame timing stat. We're having CPU, GPU frame timing. Unity frame timing stats. See what that brings up. Enable frame timing stats. When enabled, player collects that. Can access these through the frame timing manager. Don't think that is much of an issue. Okay, let's give this a go and see if it was just a garbage collector. So we are going to close that and we are going to go to our build settings. And we're going to build, save, replace. Let's launch it. Let's use the microphone. Let's make sure this gets to the correct size. Okay, so that is at 1920 and we want this to go up to 1080. Close enough. Okay. So we have this here. We are just going to sit and wait and see what happens when I bring stuff in front. And is this going to freeze or what? And it is technically running at 4K at the moment. And I've just realised why it looks so much smoother on my display, because my display is 120 Hertz, my main one. So that is why everything looks so much smoother to me. Okay, well. While that is going on, we are going to, in fact, I'm going to leave that there so that we can see it while we are working on stuff. And we'll see if it freezes. Because it could have just been the garbage collection issue. It would have made some sense. I mean, I'm not sure why it was... why it may have been causing issues, but... Right, so we know that this works. I can prove that this works, because if I go here and do API test and do follow, we can see that it shows up. So the question is, does this get called? Initializing followers. In fact, what do we have for channel points? Setting up channel points. Setting up follower notification. I'm going to do the same for rates. Well, the thing is, raids are done via chat. Well, I have to say, we seem to be doing okay in the background so far. Update state. Let's go here and press play. Pops up error, the operation was cancelled. The question is, which operation was cancelled? Let's see if we can get that information. Public. So Twitch API Manager. So pops up error, bad off, pops up error, the operation was cancelled. That just gives us the okay, so that isn't particularly helpful. What it does, it then closes and then connect. Oh. This is, I've figured it out. Right. So we tell it to listen to channel points once it has connected. I thought we were meant to do that before it connects. Ah. Right. I'm going to move this over onto my over screen so I can keep an eye on it. Because it seems to be working a lot better. So it could have just been garbage collection. And for those of you who don't know, garbage collection is a form of memory management. So when you know what memory is, most people, if you say computer memory, you know, okay, it's the sticks of RAM that you stick in. And the best way, like you usually describe it to people, is like your SSD, your hard disk is like your long-term memory, whereas the RAM is your short-term memory. It is where the computer does all sorts of operations. Now, the thing is, when you want to, as a programmer, use that RAM, before you can actually store something there, you've got to allocate that RAM. And allocation is basically saying, I want an amount of RAM that is this many bytes. It technically not bytes, it's pages and all stuff like that. Well, you say, I want this and I need it to be like 32 bytes. And the operating system will do that, make sure there's enough RAM. If necessary, move stuff out of RAM onto disk that is maybe like from a background app to create this RAM for you, to create a space for you, that it then gives you back a memory address, which is like, this is the address of this piece of RAM that you now have access to. Now, the thing is if you do that, you need to clean up after yourself. So the simplest way of doing that is what a low-level language like C does, which is you do an alloc to allocate memory, and then you do a free to free that memory up. And you've got to manually manage all that. It's called manual memory management. And you had to do this on the Mac a while ago. And essentially what it would do is you've got to keep track of either references or stuff like that so that you can know, okay, this is the point at which I want to get rid of that memory. Now, what happens now with Swift and stuff is it has something called automatic reference counting. So rather than you having to say, okay, this is how many references there are, and when the references get to 0, it will clear it out. It will automatically do that for you, the compiler does. But another way of doing that is garbage collection, where it will scan your memory, or rather the memory of your app, and determine, okay, these objects no longer exist. These items no longer have anything pointing to them. We can now throw away that memory. And it has an advantage in that it can fix various problems that manual memory management cannot, and it is a lot simpler. A lot of languages use garbage collection, but it's a lot simpler for the user. It's harder in terms of implementation, but it's simpler for the user. The problem is that the garbage collector has to run at some point, and that is not deterministic. With manual memory management, you know that, okay, once this last reference goes away, it is going to then go and release it. Garbage collection, that's not the case. So the actual performance characteristics can be a bit tricky, which means that you can get stuttering, which if you are doing a game where you need to have consistent frame rates, is a bit of a problem. Right, so this seems to be working. So what I'm going to do is I am going to add a macro screen capture, call this overlay. And it is going to be, in fact, let us bring this up just in case. And we want, oh, now it's frozen. It was working fine. Ah. Move. It was working just fine, but when I tried to add a window capture, it failed. It froze. I think that might be a bug in the capture stuff on Mac OS. That is a pain. Because it means that I have to do display capture dropped down. Why the hell did that come up? Okay. Yeah, that is working perfectly fine. I mean, can I do a window capture on another window? Like, what if I did a window capture again on... I do overlay. Let's click OK. Okay, so it's fine when it's saying it's a display capture. Bring that up, fine. Go to window capture, fine. It's fine there. Okay. So everything is fine. So let's do stream overlay. Okay. Seems to be working. And I'm bouncing. Okay, so if we move this down to here. And then I want to properties. Nope, filters. Okay. Well, we'll see how things continue to go, but there's definitely something going on. Anyway, so I now know why raids and stuff are not working. Like raids and follows and all that good stuff. So if we go over here. So I was wanting to, let's bring this over here. Twitch lib. Let's have a look at the pub sub example. Nope, it's frozen again. What on earth is going on? It has to be display capture kit. Because it works fine when it is just there running. It may just end up being something that we have to put up with, and maybe it gets fixed in macOS Ventura. So we will see, but I'll mention it in the OBS feedback channels and see what people say there. Because I know that the implementation of this, I believe, was done by Apple engineers. So anyway, so Twitch lib pub sub. We do all that, and then we connect. But the problem is, and then we send the topic. Right, so I think what we need to do is we've got the main script, we've got the API manager. Oh, I wonder if that is a smart like screen recording thing. I've been wondering why whenever I go to my history on stream, it doesn't actually. Maybe. Right. Right, let's test the theory. I'm going to comment this out. And then we're going to do this. It's probably going to come back, hopefully, bad off. Then it's connected. Now, let's see if channel points come through. So if I throw, they do not. Whereas over here, okay. Should be coming through over here. Let's try that again. Yes, that does. But here in Unity, it does not. I've solved it. I've solved it. I've solved it. I've solved it. Yes. Right. So, I need to get better at redirecting. So what we want to do is go in here. Right, so we have a mono behavior. Yeah, what we probably want to do is if we create a root class for these that does all this initialization, we can then add these to the API so that when it reconnects, it will actually do the stuff and it can determine which ones it needs to do, because they can say, do I need to... And we could do initialize for pub sub, initialize for client, and so on. So what we're going to do is, well, let's see if we can do it this way. Add new model behavior. And we are going to call this, what are we going to call this? API feature manager. I'm going to get rid of that. And what we are going to do is going to do this, and then there's going to be a public void. Initialize pub sub, which is going to be pub. Is it pub sub? Yeah, pub sub. We want to import touchlib.unity. Touchlib.unity. There's going to be public void initialize client, which is going to be a client for client, and I can't remember what the other one is. What is the other one? API. You don't need to initialize the API. So this dot initialize pub sub manager dot pub sub. This dot initialize client manager dot client. But then we can reinitialize this. Because what we can have happen, get rid of that, get rid of that. We need that. Oh, we'll get rid of that. We need. So we have all this stuff here. What we want to keep track of is feature managers, and we're going to have public func add feature manager. And there's going to be a public list API feature manager. Feature managers get private set equals new list API feature manager. And what this is going to do, we're in C#, not in Swift, so that's void, not func. We are going to let's zoom in. That still keeps freezing. That is highly annoying. Maybe I'm just going to have to write a script to something temporarily that will periodically, when there's nothing on my, I detect no input on my keyboard, it will just temporarily switch to the stream overlay and back. That could potentially fix it, because it works fine when it's in the foreground. It's when it's in the background that things seem to slow down and potentially even stop. So we want to do feature manager. Oh, that wants to be feature managers. Let's start feature managers dot add manager. And here what we want to do is for each feature manager and let's start feature managers manager dot Initialize pub sub. With this dot pub sub. Okay, so what happens when the client fails? Client incorrect token. This connect client. So what we'll do here, client connect. Right, client dot initialize. Let's have a look. Here we are. This is getting super annoying. Why? Why is it doing this? Let me try something. Let me try stopping recording. Because I'm recording and streaming at the moment. So if anything goes wrong with the stream from this point, this will probably not be in the YouTube VOD. But let's stop that. And let's see if recording was causing any issue. Right, so we have pub sub, we want client. I am good, thanks, Kieran. Right, so client initialize credentials, there's channel name. Nope, that is still freezing, so it was not recording. Yeah, this is super annoying. I don't have any. Right, let's try quitting some things. What else can I quit? I could quit Xcode. It has to be OBS that's doing it, because it works fine when I'm not doing the screen capture, and it was working fine with OBS 27. Is there, can I do deprecated? You know what? Let's try this. I'm going to do an old window capture. So overlay old. And the window is going to be stream overlay. Okay, so we have that there. I'm going to turn this one off. And then we'll add a filter in. Our chroma key, okay. Magenta, close. And then shift it up. Okay, so the problem with this is not a performant one. This will get out of sync. So what will eventually happen is I will do stuff, and what I do with the control will lag behind. But it is going to be interesting to see whether it causes the freezing. Because if it doesn't, then we've narrowed it down. It is screen capture kit. And then we found a bug. We found a bug in OBS. Unfortunately, it is a bug. Oh. Okay, so that's it. So let me... I'm going to remove that one. Go over here. Right. Now we just... Oh. Now the only thing that we have, the only thing that we should have is the new window capture. Or the old version of window capture. So we'll see how this goes. I mean, it could be something where it needs a... Yeah, that's still causing issues. Let me... How about this? What if I quit the overlay? Stream overlay. Okay, and then we will move back over. So now it should hopefully not be affected at all by the old one, because we've restarted the overlay. So we'll see how... Oh, it's frozen again. Right, I'm trying something else. We're going to have to go at a slightly lower resolution. It's going over onto the other monitor again. But I want to see, is it something to do with the monitor? Okay, I'm going to leave it on that monitor and see if it's something there. Nope, that's still freezing. Yeah, what? Feel free to throw an idea, Kieran. Right, where are we? So initialize client, initialize pub sub. Let's start. I want to enumerate the feature managers. Initialize client, this client. It could be, but the problem is that there's no logs or anything that are bringing it up. And the thing is, it was doing this with the same overlay that I have been using for the past week or so. And it was perfectly fine. The only thing that I have changed is I have gone from OBS 27 to OBS 28. So I think the next thing to do will be to see if this occurs simply with recording. And if it does, then go back to OBS 27. And if it doesn't occur, then I know that it is OBS. And therefore, I can let OBS know that there is a bug. Now, the question is that a bug in OBS or is that a bug in macOS? If it's macOS, it's a bigger problem. Bug in OBS, OBS can fix. A bug in macOS, Right, so we're doing all of that. So what we want to do here is, rather than initialize these, we are going to do this.api manager, add feature manager, this.bits manager, and that can we this.api manager.add feature manager, this.that. So we can do that. Now, these are all failing because they're not currently API feature managers. So what we're going to do here is API feature manager. And we're going to get rid of all of that. Oh, so there's a conflict there. Okay. Rename it to Twitch API. Or rather, Twitch feature manager. I'll rename this to Twitch feature manager, and we'll go into bits manager, and it's a Twitch feature manager, and we'll go into here, which is a Twitch feature manager, Twitch feature manager, Twitch feature manager. Right, so we can get rid of that, and what we want to do is override. I mean, it conflicts with that. It shouldn't do. Not even imported there. Right. That must be public. we don't care about that. So we'll do, that is pub sub, so we want that there. Do that there. That. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift this back over here. Increase it back up to around 1920 by 1080. So where have you gone? Let's scale it down to 1080. Yep. Is it frozen completely? Yep, that has crashed. Try that again. Okay, so we're at 1920 by 1080. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to go back to... In fact, no, I'm not. I'm going to leave that in because going back to the other OBS is... to OBS 27 is potentially going to mess things up. So... Okay. So we want subscriber manager. We want to go into here because we're doing pub sub. We can get rid of that. We can get rid of that and that. Don't need that or that. Are those? Right. Right, so the raid is on the client. So this wants to be initialized client. Let's make it virtual then rather than abstract. Right. Raid manager. We care about the client. Override public void of that. Chat command manager is going to be that. We can get rid of that. Using virtuallib.unity. Okay. So then a Twitch feature manager there. Yeah, there, save. There, save. There. That. Save. There, save. Save. Save that. I'll save that. Oh, here, do we have any compiler errors? We do. Chat command manager 7 and 10. Oh yeah, that started secrets up. Right. 131 Twitch API manager. Okay. So, if I build and run. Okay. There's pub sub. Object reference not set to instance of an object. And channel point manager. It should be. Oh, we haven't initialized. Right. We need to go to Twitch API manager. This dot manager dot manager dot initialize with API manager. This. Okay, so we'll do that, and then we'll do that. Okay, so that just keeps giving us back. Add off. Have I just not set it up correctly? The follower notifications. Is that why we're getting the bad off back? No, we're still getting bad auth. Alright, let's disable these and try and go through them one by one. Right, so chat command and bits manager don't do anything. So let's do channel point manager. Right, so we don't have any auth problems there. Let's try follow manager. Now, in theory, following, there shouldn't be any issues there because... Oh no, actually, oh no, it's looking for users. We may need to regenerate our pub sub. Hmm? No, follow notifications are good. Okay. Subscribers. We'll pause that. And then we'll go back in. Right, so subscribers are causing issues. What about raids? Okay, so I think we may just have an issue with subscribers. Okay, well, in that case, I will have to work that out. I'll work that out off stream. But yeah, I think what we're going to do is probably call the stream here because there seems to be a lot of technical issues that I need to solve. But before we go, I do want to show off something. So I go into Blender and bring up the Pilkybot. We have the old version of the Pilkybot because I have done something. Let us, I need to commit all of this. Oh God. You know what? Let's close that and close that. I am going to dash all of that, then go to here, and then I can show the Pilkybot. Here we go, Pilkybot 2.0 in its full glory. So you can see we've got a little bit of bump mapping on some of these bits and pieces down at the back. We also right, go to object mode. We have some space in here just for some detail. You don't want to do that. You're probably not going to see this besides when the doors open. And yes, now with arms. So where the hell has... What on earth has gone there? Where's my armature gone? Hey, revert. Okay. Don't save. Pilkybot. Okay, let's try that again. So we are currently in pause mode. So I can do things such as select this and, oh yeah, I haven't set up constraints on these, but we can rotate along the X. So this is all what we had before. But what we have now are arms. So the arms are independent. So I could, for example, select the wheel and move around. I haven't actually tied the doors yet, but that works. But the arms, if I select here, the arms can move in and out. They can also rotate, like so. They can rotate outwards. They can rotate at the elbow joint. And then we also have pistons. So if I select this, I can move pistons up and down. And select this one, I can move them up and down. And you'll notice they've got limits on them so they don't come out too far. And then finally, we've got the claws, which... come on. Oh yeah, that one, I need to do the front. So the claws open and close together. So I have all of this so that I can potentially do something like... What can I do? Do that. No, do that. Come on. Oh, that's a fair point. I need to be able to rotate these along the local Z, don't I? Oh, yeah, if I do that and I... There... I don't know why that is clipping. Unless I've got something wrong there. But very basic waving robot. Now obviously I need to do some more stuff on these, but we've got it. So... Ooh. Ooh. I'll tell you who's live. Monsieur B. Why don't we go and raid Monsieur B? Oh, God. I have just realised the lag. The lag is real with the old window capture. Also, why is that extending into space? Oh, because there's probably a thing behind. Anyway, let us go and raid Monsieur B, because I don't think we've ever had the opportunity. There we go. So we'll go along there and watch him. I believe he's been testing some OBS stuff himself. And doing some development, so we will go and see what he is up to. But hopefully you all have a wonderful rest of your day. I will be back tomorrow, hopefully with a few technical difficulties. We'll see. I'm going to spend some time now trying to solve them. But yeah, I will see you all tomorrow. And have a good rest of your day. Good weekend. And as always, happy coding.